Yo, what's up guys? You got PokeaimMD here with an RU Showdown live. RU's almost out of beta. It actually should have been out of beta this month and we should have gotten NU, but there was some stuff with the usage stats or whatnot. So NU's coming next month. And I mentioned Gator recently in an OU live, how I really wanted to test it out in OU because I feel like Swords Dance Gator is pretty unexplored versus fatter Tangirl, Toxapex, Landorus team, since I feel like it can just bust through those with Sheer Force Ice Punch, Earthquake and whatnot, +2. And I want to try it out in RU as well since it's currently being suspected in the tier. Ultraplayer passed me this team. Before we get into it, I do want to let you guys know, if you didn't see the end of my Mega Metagross suspect video, I mentioned that I am now part of a new YouTube network. I've left Disney/Polaris and I'm now part of ESL, I think they're the world's largest, I know, they're the world's largest esports organization. Now, I'm still part of Temple Storm, that's my esports team, but my network on YouTube is now ESL, which is pretty cool because it opens up a lot more doors for me. There's a lot of opportunities for me. They get brand deals and whatnot for me. So if I do end up doing a brand deal or whatnot, or a couple brand deals a year or whatever, I'm going to be transparent about it, obviously, with you. Yes, it's a video that will earn me money, but I mean, it's the same thing as getting like a promotion at a job or getting like a bonus for doing something. So if you have something bad to say about that, that's fine. You don't have to agree with me doing something. But at the end of the day, the content is going to be the same. I'm still going to be me the entire time, just like I've always been since I started YouTube. Just got a little, I don't want to say less shy, but more comfortable rather talking to my computer. And yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that things like that will be happening in the future because that's what ESL also does for me. Not only do they obviously pay me through YouTube, but it comes with a lot of brand deals and things like that. So if I'm doing something for a mobile game or for an indie game or some type of product or whatnot, Temple Storm also, I know they're doing some stuff with Elgato, so they'll be sending me stuff. I'm just going to tell you, my normal content's going to be exactly the same. There might be a 30-second or 1-minute ad. There might be a 5-10 minute video, a separate video, but there'll always be the Pokemon content on the side, or whatever game I feel like playing, obviously. And like I said, I just want to be as honest with you as possible. A lot of people, I don't know why, but a lot of people see that money is just taboo to talk about, and which is, I guess, fair, but we gotta be real here. This is the world, real. Yeah, did I say real right? Yeah, did I say real? Real? Oh my God, I've been watching a Real 2 video, or movie rather. But money is something we need to survive, and I love Pokemon. I love Pokemon so much. And I'm sorry, by the way, the video is gonna be, you know, I'll do like an extra 10 minutes just because I'm talking right now. But unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but yeah, you need money to survive in this world, and not everything in life is free. But yeah, I just want to say that. I definitely just wanted to say that. And because I'm in a position where I'm obviously earning money off of this and I'm able to do YouTube and Twitch full time, I wouldn't be able to do this as much as I love this game. And you guys should know I love Pokemon. I love Pokemon. I wouldn't be able to do this uploading every day or double uploading or streaming and whatnot if I wasn't getting something out of it. Okay? And you can call me a sellout, even though if you call me one, you definitely don't know what the term sellout means. One. But yeah, I just wanted to say that. All right? And yeah, that's, I just said this like 4 times, but that's just what I wanted to say. I'll never go against something that obviously breaks my morals. I'll bring up something real quick. This company offered me a large amount of money to promote this type of cigarette or whatever. And I don't smoke, personally. I don't smoke at all. And I'm not also, like, I've lost family members to have smoked because, you know, they got in, like, lung cancer and whatnot. But so I would never promote that, even if, you know, they might say money talks, but, you know, my heart is otherwise. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you, I'm sorry, we're going to get into this video. Let's go over the team. We got Dragon Dance, Life Orb, Sheer Force Gator. We have Life Orb, Special Sharpedo. They actually pair really well together, breaking through the physical walls with Sharpedo. Scarf Shaman, which is cool to check Gator. We have PokeaimMD Honchkrow. Supersonic Sky Strike Honchkrow just hits so incredibly hard. The Tech Donphan, offensive max speed Donphan with extra bow. This is going to be really fun to use. And then we do have Spikes Glalie, or Mega Glalie. So let's look for a battle. I do apologize. Not that I apologize, because I obviously talked about it for a reason, but yeah, I hope you guys can still enjoy this live. And like I said, my content's going to stay. It's always going to be the same. I've been earning money from YouTube since 2011, literally a year after I started, and I've never, at least I don't feel like I've changed. I've always been the same person. Maybe I got a few catchphrases here and there. But besides that, yeah, everything's going to be, the content just stays the same. There just might be, a 1-2 minute ad or something on something, or like a solo video on a potential thing. And yeah, we got to pay the bills, so. But obviously, thank you for helping me or allowing me. Oh, I love this team. Used it. Allowing me to be in this position where I'm actually able to do that. So, anyway, into the live we go. So this is the team that I recorded with, except for he has Mega Glalie over. I had something else here. Hey, he has Mega Glalie over whatever else this was supposed to be. I can't remember it off the top of my head. Let's go into it real quick. Where is it? Mega Glalie. It was a Sun team that I just used. I swear I just used a Sun team. Here it is. It was Florius and Halucha. So it's not necessarily the exact same team, but it's really similar. Yeah, have fun. Anyway, Sharpedo is very good in this. I actually really like Donphan as a lead because being fast and offensive, I can scare out Torkoal immediately. And also get up rocks, which would be really nice for Charizard as well as Glalie. Scarf Shaman is also pretty good if I can get rid of the... if I keep up rocks and I can get rid of Torkoal, that way he doesn't have Chlorophyll. I'm very worried about that. But Honchkrow is going to be so nice because he doesn't have a Dark Resist. And obviously my own Glalie is going to be really nice to be able to Ice Shard Venusaur and whatnot. So we're going to lead Donphan. He does lead Leafeon. I'm okay with that because I can get up my rocks right here as he goes for knockoff. That doesn't really matter, I think, too much. And what I can do is actually double out. I was thinking about going Glalie. Is Glalie the correct play? I think Glalie is the correct play. I have Honchkrow as an easy switch. I'm just going to click Earthquake because I don't want him... it's not that I don't want him double knocking off, but it's more so I don't want him going Torkoal at all on me. I also wish I had Explosion on this. I'm going to keep this Mon alive. I'm going to go out to Glalie right here on the next knockoff. Nice. And as much as I want to go for Earthquake predicting Torkoal, I think just going right for return is the smarter play, especially if he is special defensive Torkoal. I'm not sure how well he's going to be taking the hits anyway, and I can... Oh, that boy is definitely physically defensive. Yeah, so we're going to Quake right here as he goes hard Venusaur. So that was definitely not the correct play because now I can Ice Shard. Basically, I thought he might Rapid Spin for Charizard, but now I can definitely Ice Shard this Venusaur, get rid of it. Okay, that's fine. I calc all the time. We got a timer for a reason, bro. Basically, Ice Shard kills, and I'm pretty sure if Torkoal comes back in, takes the Ice Shard, it will also go down to my Earthquake. So I think what he predicted there was me going out into one of my water types, which makes sense. I more so was not wanting my opponent to spin. I didn't want Torkoal to spin. Yeah. Yeah, so don't worry about it. But like I said, I didn't want my opponent to spin. So Venusaur is gone. Huge threat gone. Huge threat. Absolutely gone. And Leafeon is low too. So Leafeon does not die to... Leafeon definitely doesn't die to any one of my attacks. Like Ice Shard rather. It doesn't kill it. If he does choose to go Seismitoad, I will get up a Spike. A Spike is going to allow me to put Torkoal in range and Leafeon in range. Does it really? Yeah, Charizard. But a Spike is going to allow me to put Torkoal and Leafeon in range and whatnot. And if he goes Charizard, what I can safely do, it's not necessarily safe, but I can go right out to Donphan and force him to take that one extra turn of Solar Power, which is going to put him under half. And what I can do is just go right out into Honchkrow and just click Sucker Punch. It doesn't matter. I can also click the Pursuit here, but I think Sucker Punch is just the correct play. Getting that Moxie boost, knocking out Charizard, nice. And also Supersonic Sky Strike will be able to knock out Torkoal. Glalie's going to come out. Are you going to Ice Shard me is the question. Because Glalie can also beat my entire team, but at this point, Sharpedo just wins. Like, Sharpedo can just win the game. Yeah, so what I'm actually going to do is actually go Gator, just in case he wants to Ice Shard here. As he goes right for Double Edge. So I'm not thinking actually he does have the Ice Shard. That's good to know. I was thinking he might not have the Ice Shard. We'll go for the Crunch, because I will go down to Freeze Dry anyway, but if you want to switch out to Seismitoad, that's fine. I would love to spin, but at the same time, I don't think it's necessary. Do you not have Ice Shard on this thing? Okay, I could have just Sucker Punched and killed you, right? We'll just go Sharpedo. If he wants to attack me, that's fine. Otherwise, if he switches out into Seismitoad, I do get in my Shaman, and I still do have Ice Shard plus priority in general in the back to be able to deal with this Mon. So I think I'm going to go hard Glalie. I don't even care. I'm going hard Glalie on the Toxic. Can't even Scald Burn me. And what I can do is just get up a Spike right here on the Torkoal Sack. Yep, and the Spike should... I'm thinking that Torkoal will do 34%. If this doesn't do 34%, I'll be really sad because otherwise I should have just attacked. But the Spike, yep, nice. The Spike should put Leafeon in range of the Ice Shard. I don't got to worry about that while also pressuring Seismitoad for a Sharpedo. So Leafeon should definitely, 53%, that's going to be close. That's going to be super close. That's not even as close as I thought it would. Knockoff's going to be able to knock me out. Yeah, but Leafeon was the last threat, and I can just go out to Honchkrow. Just safely click Sucker. I think Honchkrow just going to win because I don't think he has Ice Shard on his Glalie. But Glalie, the point of the hazards was so Glalie couldn't switch in anymore. But he goes to Seismitoad, which I will be able to kill with a Supersonic Sky Strike at +1. And Glalie's going to go down to literally any attack I go for. I have Scarf Shaman in the back, and I have Protect on Sharpedo. So that game went a little bit differently than what I thought. And also that Ice Shard did absolutely nothing to Leafeon. I should not be sleeping on its defenses. I'm going to go for Sucker Punch. As he does have the Ice Shard. Okay, so I thought that's what he would do before, which is why I switched. But he went right for a Double Edge. But I'll just click Sucker Punch again. There's literally no point. Shaman won't go down to... I don't want to reveal that I'm Scarf Shaman, just in case you play again on the ladder. So I'm going to go out to Sharpedo and just click Protect. If you want to boom on my Protect, that'd be fun too. Either way, we get our speed boost, and yeah. Good game, man. Likewise. Oh, I didn't type likewise, but if you watch the video, hopefully you hear that. So let's look for another game. I didn't want to reveal that was Scarf Shaman. That's also like things like that. Like I want to compare it to VGC. In VGC, when you're playing best of 3, sometimes you'll lose the first game just to gain information. You got to be like a sponge, man. You got to suck up all that information, as much information as possible, in that first game. And yeah, that's what I was trying to prevent there. I want to prevent that I am, or I don't want him to know that I am Scarf Shaman, because Scarf Shaman could actually put in work if he played again. Got into the game. Another fun team. This is looking like straight up or ass are you, I'm not gonna lie. Really like Donphan. Offensive Donphan is actually really good in this. Sharpedo just wins the game, by the way, guys. Like, Sharpedo easily wins. And Dragon Dance Feraligatr is also very good in this game as well. So I like Donphan as lead because being offensive, not only do I get up rocks and break things sturdy, but I also threaten stuff like Slow King or whatnot with the knockoff, which I will go right for. If it's Colbur Berry, this is good for getting rid of... Oh my god, that did so much damage. That was Choice Specs too. So let's see if he gets the burn right here. Does get the burn. So unfortunately, I do not get up rocks this game. However, I can now go out to Glalie and just click Earthquake. I'm clicking Earthquake because it does hit the blade. His only switch in really to this Mon. And if I get off enough damage, if I get off the chip damage with Earthquake on the blade, that should put it in range later of like a +1 attack or whatnot. So again, Sharpedo's the Mon that I'm going to be winning this game with. Glalie being in prevents stuff like Donphan from coming out. He can go Diancie. I want to get up a Spike as well to break that sturdy. I would have loved to not be burnt because I could have got up Stealth Rock. He goes hard into Pangoro. I don't even know how much return does to Pangoro. I want to calc this because I'm actually debating just going for a Spike for the long run. Glalie, how much do you do, buddy? I'm pretty sure he lives, but I wanna... Oh, you Wrecking Ball, that's a funny name. Pangoro. So Double Edge does that much, which means that return is gonna do... What about like 20% less? A little bit. Yeah, close, 20%. A little bit less. He can definitely go for Drain Punch and knock me out. Shaman is also good for just clicking Seed Flare. How am I revenge killing this is my question I should be asking. I think I'm just going to go for game with... No. Honchkrow can't win because he does have Diancie. Alright, so we're going to go right out into our Shaman. As good it is in the game, it turns out he's banded as well. He doesn't have good Seed Flare switching, so I'm definitely going right for that Seed Flare. Whether I weaken this or even, again, weakening the blade, weakening his team, that way either Glalie, Sharpedo, or Feraligatr can sweep. This is the best game plan, I think. Come on. You got to land, buddy. And he wins the speed tie. Turns out he's Scarf too. So that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's very unfortunate because he can go right back on to Pangoro. Maybe I just need to damage Pangoro and go for a game with Sharpedo. He goes to Antsy though, which gives me Gator as a switch in. Yeah, and there's no reason not to click Waterfall here. It's Life Orb Sheer Force. You obviously don't see the Sheer Force right there. Yep, and he doesn't have a switch in, so we're going to click Waterfall again. Knock out the Antsy. This is going to help my Honchkrow in the back. If you want to go out to Flygon, I'll click Waterfall versus you. There's no point in clicking Ice Punch just in case you turn out into the Blade or whatnot. We got to weaken them. We got to weaken his team for the point of like Sucker Punch or even Ice Shard sweeping. So getting rid of the Antsy also helps out Glalie. And as much as I want to use Gator as much as possible, sometimes it's impossible to do certain things. But like for example, I'll be doing a ton of damage to his Doublade with Crunch, which is going to be good for Heat Wave from Honchkrow. Though Dark Pulse or probably Oko from Sharpedo. I would love if he goes Pangoro here and just lets me get off a hit. That way I can go Glalie. Get up my spike and win. Like actually get up my spike. Break, Donphan, Sturdy. Assuming it's not Assault Vest Donphan, of course. It could be Assault Vest Donphan instead of Rocks. So right here I would either go Pangoro because it can eat a hit, or Doublade as I mentioned. And like I said, I'm going to get off as much damage as possible. Obviously can't flinch him because of Sheer Force. And for those of you that say, oh, I got a crit, I'll take that. Do I even die to poison? Yes, I'm fort. However, Glalie can just come right out and just click return. Gets my kill on Pangoro, gets off a little bit of chip damage on the Blade. Also Glalie kind of just wins. So yeah, he has a tough time switching to this Mon. Yes, he does have the Blade, but what I am going to do is... Do I Earthquake or do I Spike? I think I Spike. Yeah, I think I Spike right there. Is that Spadef? Is that fully Spadef? If that is, then he can potentially live a hit. So what we'll do is we'll go for Pursuit and get off enough damage for what's it called to win the game. For Sharpedo to win. I'm actually going to Supersonic Sky Strike just in case he wants to go out into Donphan immediately. Yep, because I want to do the most damage as possible and prevent that guy from like spinning and whatnot. That does nothing. And what I'll do is I'll just Brave Bird. I should die to recoil, or be close rather. As long as I get a speed boost with Sharpedo, I win this game. Alright, what do I do? I think that my opponent has to not let me get the speed boost. So he's gonna go for Earthquake here. Crap. Because if he goes right for Earthquake, that could win in the game. He just goes for, never mind, he just throws. I don't know, I felt like maybe he wasn't as far into the game as I was. But anyway, I just protect here and I win with my Sharpedo. Unless he's thinking that I'm not, yeah, I don't know. I don't like how I played the end game of this, but that's the whole game. We just click Ice Beam here, get our second speed boost. This will allow us to outspeed Flygon. I'm thinking that it might have been like a fully Spadef the Blade, but then again, Gyro Ball did so much damage, so I'm not entirely sure. I probably should just I probably should have Earthquaked instead of Spiked, because then I would have saved Glalie, or at least saved Glalie maybe. But Dark Pulse will be able to break through, and then Flygon's going to come out, which is confirmed Scarf. If I got off that damage from Seaflare earlier on Flygon, it might have helped for how I played that end game right there with Honchkrow, because I would have just Sucker Punched and won. But my opponent didn't play the end game as well as he could have, so I'm going to win that game right there. I don't think I should have won that game, maybe. But then again, Pokemon is not all about you playing well, but it's also how your opponent plays and how you respond to it too. So I don't think he should have Ice Sharded there, unless Flygon doesn't live, which I'm positive it lives because it lives +2 Lucario's extreme speed. So I'm positive that it lives +1 Sucker Punch from Honchkrow. Why am I putting Honchkrow to Honchkrow? Let's calc this. I guess maybe the crit could have happened. This is where hitting that Seaflare would have been really nice. Had my opponent played perfectly, or at least the end game well, hitting Seaflare, this is where it mattered. We got another game. I really love, I know I say it a lot. Have fun. So we're saying government names now, huh? Anyway, Glalie spikes up, but I really like Donphan. The offensive Donphan tech is actually really nice, being able to not only spin but also threaten his own Donphan, get at my rocks and whatnot, threaten Quillfish. And again, getting up rocks for Sneasel because Sharpedo can just break through my opponent's team. So there's the Quillfish lead. I'll just rocks up. Oh, I mean Earthquake. Did I just say I'll rock? I'm gonna Earthquake here. And we are faster. So let's see if this Scald's gonna burn us too. Yep. On for it. Like, this is max speed Donphan, but I'll get him my rocks. If he wants to go out to his own Donphan and spam spin, that's completely fine because it does give me the knockoff on him, which is what I want for Sturdy. Breaking that Sturdy. And we'll get up our rocks. He's definitely gonna get up his rocks. Oh, okay. Or you can just do that. I mean, getting that damage on Quillfish means that Sharpedo can win at +1, so I'm going to get up my rocks here. And proceed to try and go down. Yeah, so again, no, fine. If he's just gonna spin, I'm gonna save Donphan as fodder to switch into Miss Magius or something like that. Because if I get up rocks here, I can then prevent him from spinning by going Shaman. So he shouldn't go. He shouldn't go for his rock. You know, I don't want him to mess up and not go for rocks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would have regretted that switch. So I'm fine with that. I get up my rocks. He obviously gets up his, but can I deal with Rabambi? I think I can. We'll go Sharpedo and just start breaking through my opponent's team. It's really hard for my opponent to deal with this mon. In fact, I see him going hard Quillfish here, but the Intimidate obviously doesn't matter. So again, it's really hard for my opponent to deal with this. He goes Slowking, which is going to tank that really, really well, I might add. Why'd that do absolutely nothing? I did 15. Okay, so that's definitely Assault Vest. Do I want to win the game with Gator? I don't know if Grass Knot's coming. I think I want to get up Spikes with Glalie, try and win with Gator. He doubles into Quillfish here, expecting my Crunch or Dark Pulse. Which is fair. I can get up a Spike. Yeah, that's fine. If he's just going to spam that. I'm going to save Glalie because I don't want him going out into... I definitely shouldn't have let Sharpedo take too much damage. I don't have Healing Wish on my Shaman either. I thought I did. But I think we're going to win this game with Honchkrow maybe. I want to keep Glalie alive though. Although Sneasel can be a huge pain. But Scarf Shaman's going to be really nice. So we're going to double out into our... I was thinking we're going to double out into Sharpedo here just in case he wants to go out into Donphan to try and spin. And pressure that. He gets up a Spike, that's fine. Or that's fair, rather. I can just go for Dark Pulse. Knock out Quillfish. Yeah, we're going to have to be dealing with all these hazards. But now, so does my opponent. And Sharpedo's not going to be coming in... Oh, I don't want to reveal that I have... that I'm non-crunch. I kind of want to go for Hydro Pump here because I don't want to reveal that I'm non-crunch. I'm going to go for Hydro Pump. I'm not revealing that. It's an 80% chance to hit, but I really don't want to reveal that I'm non-crunch Sharpedo. So we'll get our speed boost, yeah, because I don't want him going out into his Slowking. And again, the hazards being up is really going to threaten and pressure that Donphan. He's going to go Slowking anyway, but again, I just... If he goes something else, I'm glad that I didn't reveal that I wasn't crunch. Or like a crunch set, rather. So Rabambi should go down. Sneasel should go down to the Hydro Pump. If I get rid of Sneasel, that's going to be really good for my my Scarf Shaman, which just clicks Seed Flare at this point. Same thing with Rabambi, obviously, but Sneasel does threaten it with the Scarf set. Sneasel comes out. I'm going to protect just in case he has Fake Out or something like that. As he goes for Ice Shard, that's fair. Let's connect. Connect. He was Choice Band Sneasel, so that guy is gone. Nice. Again, that's going to help Shaman a lot. And I don't know if his Donphan actually has Ice Shard, but I can just Ice Beam here. As he doubles out into Slowking. I should have Dark Pulse. Expecting this probably. At the same time, though, what are you doing to Gator? Like, how are you beating Gator now? I don't want him Thunder Waving me. I think I'm just going to straight up crunch. Ice Shard damage is why we usually calc stuff. Indeed. I should have Dark Pulse because I would have died. I was just so into killing Donphan, but I definitely should Dark Pulse. That was 100% the play. But we crunch here. Get rid of the Slowking, and Gator is just looking really threatening because nothing on his team actually OHKOs me. And Donphan taking all the Stealth Rock and Spike damage is going to keep it low. Rabambi's going to come out. We'll be able to waterfall this. Yep, we do live a Moonblast. Get rid of Rabambi. And again, also Honchkrow is going to be having a little bit of fun. Are you Dazzling Gleam? You Scarf, buddy? Well, either way, we go Shaman now. We find out if you're Scarf or not, or Z-move. We do connect as well, which is really nice. And it looks like he has Z-move. But all I needed was the... wow, I'm surprised I lived that. But all I wanted was a damage so I can just Ice Shard it and win. But if Shaman's able to pull through... Nope, never mind. I was going to say, if Shaman's able to pull through, that's great. But like I said, Glalie is going to be able to come in. This is why I saved it, to pick off this, to potentially pick off Rabambi. I like saying Rabambi, but pick off Rabambi. Knock on Miss Magus with the Ice Shard. And Donphan's going to come in, and if it somehow does live a Refrigerate boosted return, then I have Honchkrow in the back to just Sucker Punch anyway. It doesn't have leftovers. So that was a GG. Nice. Nice. A little bit upset that I didn't Dark Pulse the Donphan. I kind of want to... Like, when those moves happen, I really want to calc just to see... Because it was definitely my best play going for that. But I really want to calc just to see. I feel like it was Assault Vest Slowking, though, because it only took 15 from Hydro Pump. So I'm pretty sure that was Assault Vest. So I don't think the Dark Pulse would have done much. Or if not mattered, because Feraligatr is O-code anyway, but... How much does Dark Pulse end up doing to... you are definitely not that. You're Life Orb. You're Modest. I tried to put Modest in the calc. Help me. Please help me. I don't know how to use basic tools. That's definitely physically defensive Donphan too. God, that does so much damage. Alright, so this game... I guess it's not the worst. I can lead off with Donphan. Because it kind of stops Frostlass as a lead. I want to get my rocks, man. I don't even care. I want rocks up first because he doesn't have hazard control. And I can go for Earthquake here. If he wants to Icy Wind. That's fair. Ice Shard doesn't pick him off. I didn't go for knockoff because I didn't want to reveal it. But I'll go for a knockoff right here just in case he switches out. I don't even care what he does. Like, he gets up his 2 spikes, but we end up keeping our Donphan. He does have the double go, so I'm obviously never going to be able to spin. But my own Sharpedo just threatens the hell out of him. So Miss Magus is going to come out, knock me out with a Shadow Ball. Looking to be Z-move, I'm assuming. I'm going to pursue it with my Honchkrow here. Hopefully get rid of it. I do live a Dazzling Gleam. I'm expecting to switch because Sucker Punch is so obvious. Yep, so we get rid of Miss Magus. Nice. Also getting our Moxie boost on top of that. And nothing on his team can actually OHKO me, I think, outside of Nidoqueen, which I do kill with Supersonic Sky Striker +1. So unless he's Timid Nidoqueen, which apparently does exist. I thought it didn't exist at all. But unless he's Timid Nidoqueen, we knock him out. Maybe Sharpedo. Sharpedo could be a threat. If it knocks me out with Ice Beam. I mean, Sharpedo's a threat in general. So I gotta be careful around that mon. But otherwise, I don't think Heracross knocks me out with Close Combat. Though I am debating just going right for Sucker Punch versus Heracross to get off damage. But he goes out to Nidoqueen, so we'll find out if he's timid or not. If he's not, then Supersonic Sky Strike is going to, as Jamba would say, devour him. Looks like he is indeed timid. However, we do have Sharpedo. That's no way that's Scarf. That had to kill me. It had to be Life Orb. We do have Sharpedo just to click Hydro Pump here, which will be able to knock out Nidoqueen as well as preventing rocks. Of course, Heracross can come out and then just click Close Combat. But Nidoqueen is gone. Get a nice little speed boost right there. Heracross can definitely come out and just click Close Combat if it wants to. I have to be super careful about Sharpedo because I think it kind of just wins. The Blade. Yeah, what? Alright, so he threw away his The Blade. He just, really? He was under the assumption you're not Pulse. I like that. That's funny. It's actually really funny. I find that funny anyway. Why didn't you go out to this originally? That does so much damage too, good lord. Alright, so the best play is easily just going right out to Glalie and clicking Ice Shard. It looks like that Scarf. And if he, let's say he switches out to Sharpedo on my Ice Shard and then goes for Protect, I get up a Spike that way on his Protect, and I kill Heracross. So that way that Mon can't come in anymore. So I kill Heracross right here with the Spike. Yep, can't come in. And now we calc if we live a Strong Jaw boosted Crunch. Wait, is Mega Sharpedo even allowed down here? Sharpedo. No. So it has to be special, full on special. Does Glalie live a Hydro Pump from Modest Sharpedo? Glalie. I'm not naive, so let's get rid of that. I'm jolly. Dark Pulse, Hydro Pump can kill a lot of the time. We'll just Quake here. Yeah, he's a Waterfall. Okay, so we'll just Quake here. Okay, so I got flinched, so that kind of, I think Ice Sharding twice might have been the better play. Yeah, Ice Sharding twice is definitely the better play. I do get flinched, so I can actually lose this game if he crits my Sharpedo. If he crits my Sharpedo, I can lose this game. Alright, well, my Sharpedo, excuse me, my Gator. Looks like maybe not even a crit could have knocked me out, but yeah, I'm going to be able to knock out Sharpedo and my Gator, so, excuse me, and Heracross is going to come in and just go down to that Spike that I did set up earlier, and that's going to be a good game. Nice. And I did have, that guy's name was Amistar, that's a really cool name, just having a straight up Pokemon. I did have Scar Shaman in the back to check Heracross with Psychic anyway. So, I definitely think that Ice Sharding twice was the better play because it does kind of limit the hacks, but at the same time, if I got crit on Gator or if he was special and Dark Pulse flinched my Gator, I would have lost it either way. But I think Ice Sharding twice might have been the best play. It's tough. I feel like I'm making a lot of moves that I'm questioning because it's really hard to know like how the game would have gone down. But yeah, maybe going for that would have been the better play. I'm not 100% sure. I like physical Sharpedo, but I prefer that on obviously Mega Sharpedo, the Strong Jaw set, because that boy hits so hard. But then special set is just so nice. I love how, by the way, this live was supposed to be around Feraligatr, but it ends up just like Life Orb Sharpedo putting in work. Like, look at this. Look at this team. Look at this team. It's so good versus him. I want to lead off with Glalie because it's the only lead that scares out Noivern for me. Thankfully, we have Gator in this game, which actually puts in a ton of work. We actually have a team that Gator puts in a ton of work. How much does Gator do for Alligator to the Blade? I haven't even calculated this at +1. I'm jolly, so I'm not adamant. I'm jolly, which is going to matter in this game as well. It's a solid 2 KO, nice. It's kind of clean. Jolly actually matters in this game because it allows me to outspeed. Well, actually, I guess Adamant would have outsped Noivern too. Huh. So I regret not leading off a Donphan. We're going to go route to Donphan right here on the expected Diamond Storm. Yep. Didn't do too much. We could just Earthquake. We are max offensive. Get off a lot of damage. Excuse me, on the Diancie right here. I should have led off with Donphan because that's the way I've been playing the entire live, leading off with Donphan. But he goes route to Blastoise. I get off a solid 30%, which I really like. I'm actually going to knock him off because while he will go for Scald, I want to weaken him for what's it called? Why is every Scald burnt me 100% of the time? I want to weaken him for not only Pokemon like Honchkrow and whatnot, but like Glalie and everything, or mainly Gator, obviously. But we now go out to Shaman and just go for Seed Flare. Assuming we connect, I would love to get off any type of damage on Noivern, just figuring out what type of set it is, putting in range of Sucker Punch from Honchkrow. I don't regret knocking off that Blastoise at all. I kind of wish we didn't get burnt because I could have gotten off another Earthquake or even potentially gotten up rocks. But yeah, Sharpedo is looking really good in this game. Obviously, Blastoise is the only Pokemon that can actually take a hit from Sharpedo. So getting it to 55%, again, while I did say Gator has a good matchup, it's for the same reason that Sharpedo does. Because Gator has access to, what's it called? A Dark move, whereas obviously Sharpedo does have Stab on that. So we're just going to Seed Flare again. I can't risk switching in. If I get another Spadef Jock, I can actually beat him. As he misses the Hurricane, unfortunate for him. Really unfortunate. because the next Seed Flare, I believe, knocks him out, and he can't switch into this at all. Like, you cannot switch into Seed Flare at all. Like, you do have Ember, obviously, but you don't appreciate switching into it. So getting off that damage on Noivern, really nice. Ember is going to come out. Yep, that's one less Mon that I got to hit Hydro Pump versus. Oh, Ember, you're not going to appreciate this at all. There you go. You know, Wall Charge too? They just Flare Blitz. Ember had enough. So we get rid of the Ember immediately. Beautiful. I think we go Route to Glalie because we prevent Noivern from coming in. I think that's really big. Diancie's probably going to come out, but I do have 2 water types, so I'm kind of iffy if you would go Diancie. But basically, Sharpedo is pretty set to sweep. All you have to do is damage Diancie once. If Blastoise does die to Dark Pulse, then I think getting up the Spike is the better play. Yeah, we lived that as well. Okay, which is what I was hoping. Nice. So we'll just Earthquake, just for damage. Because it also hits Blastoise. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But just hitting him for this attack, putting him in range of Sharpedo, just winning this game, which it can very, 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 very easily. Yeah, I don't want this to be some type of roll with Hydro Pump. Forget that. And I think what I'm actually going to do is Dragon Dance up with my Gator, because I believe that should put Noivern, that should put Blastoise in range of Crunch at +1. I also do live any one hit. Assuming we do knock him out with +1 attack versus the regular attack. So he goes Route to Jinx. We'll find out if he's Scarf or not. If he is, then the only move he could do to knock me out is Lovely Kiss. Otherwise, we do knock him out with Crunch. As he is not Scarf, nice. And Gator might actually just win this game. And if whatever Gator doesn't clean, whatever Gator doesn't knock out, Sharpedo does. And I don't even need the Spike anymore. So we just Crunch here. Get that kill. I don't know if that crit mattered. Best thing he could do is either phase me out or burn me with Scald, which every Scald has done so far on Donphan. He did miss the Hurricane, which sucks, and I got very lucky versus it. But, yeah. Gator is putting in the work. Not even bad. Gator finally got the kill. The sweep at the end, which is what I wanted, though I am going to put Sharpedo in the thumbnail, because actually I'll put Sharpedo and Gator in the thumbnail, because I think they both put in a little bit of work. Just a little bit. Like, Gator didn't really get to sweep up until this last game, but Sharpedo definitely was just breaking through the entire team. And my game plan this entire live was limiting the Pokemon that Sharpedo, or at least this last battle, was limiting the Pokemon that Sharpedo has to hit Hydro Pump versus. There's 2 Pokemon on this team that Sharpedo had to hit Hydro Pump versus, which is Ember, which is why I stated with Shaman to sack it. Obviously, getting this Spadef drop helps a ton in dodging that Hurricane and whatnot. But also Diancie. Which is why I got off that damage. And I think that Spike, how much does Gator even do at +1 to, let's say it's max defense Blastoise. Yeah, that's a roll which is easily in Blastoise's favor. But all you could do is either burn me, and even then, like, Gator was already on the Rampage, and then Sharpedo could just come through. But in any case, guys, I do hope you did enjoy this live. I definitely did. Definitely got a bit lucky as well. And yeah, one thing I do want people to work on, not just me, obviously, is figuring out your end game. Like, going back to that Donphan game, all you have to do was click or spam Sucker Punch, or excuse me, spam Earthquake. That way I couldn't switch into Sharpedo, and then just win the game with Flygon. Obviously, it would have came down to whether I got a double protect or not, because if I did get the double protect, then I get the 2 speed boost, and that would allow me to effectively beat Flygon, obviously outspeeding it and beating it, and then just winning the game with Dark Pulse and whatnot. Also, the other guy, the Amistar dude, I love how he was so confident. You're not Dark Pulse, because there is mixed Sharpedo, obviously that's the thing. But you're not Dark Pulse. Sent out the blade just to die. That's hilarious. But in any case, like I said, I do hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you guys understand what I was talking about in the beginning. If we have some, if there are any type of mixed feelings about it, which is completely fine. Not everybody feels the same way as I do, obviously. That's why it's an opinion and whatnot. It's not fact. It's not law. But, yeah, that's completely fair. But I just wanted you guys to hear where I was coming from. Also, I'm not entirely sure if it is happening because it all depends on Shizzy, but we might be heading to Shofu's house this week. I think Wednesday and Thursday. Don't worry, I'll have videos planned and whatnot. I'll probably stream from over there, and maybe I'll even record Pokemon Stadium 2 if I can get Shofu to do it. Because a lot of people have been asking for that, but we haven't been able to. But I'll talk to him. But if that happens, then great, it happens, and you guys will know about it, and I'll be streaming from over there. But in any case, I do hope you all enjoyed. You can check out my previous videos. They're on the left and the right. And of course, you can subscribe by clicking that link down below. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye, friends.